So this has gone out of control, and we need to stop it, and we need to put an end to this crack of people coughing intentionally into gallons and into people's faces. And you hold me right. Some bright sparks, let's call them that, because they have no brain, let's be honest, they have no brain if they're going to do this. The Gardai, this was in Dublin, went up to these young people, obviously, hanging around, saying them to move on, more or less, telling them to move on because there was a crowd of them around. And, wouldn't listen to the social distance and the rest of that. And you know what they decided to do, these two bright sparks? They decided to cough into the guard's face. And I just have to say, and I guess the best thing about it, but they're going to be held for the next 3 days in the guards' barracks. So kudos, and hopefully you stay in, you're going to be there for 3 days. So we got the uppance on that, because you're not going to get off with coughing into the guard's face. I didn't give him abuse. You're just not going to get off with it. I'm just going to say straight away, yous have no respect. It's simple as that. And yous only care for yourselves. And yous only care to show off because you're around the rest of your gang and the rest of that. You don't see the bigger picture, and that's what it's about. You don't see the bigger picture. You might think it's only a joke, coughing into the guard's face and abusing them. You might think it's a joke, but this is serious. People have died. People are dying. As we speak now, people across the world are dying because of this coronavirus. And these guards only trying to do their job, trying to do their best. And the guards in I'll tell you about the guards in Cavan, what the guards in Cavan are doing. These guards are under pressure. These guards are trying to help older people out, trying to bring older people, trying to bring food to older people. And these bright sparks are wasting the guards' time. And they could be doing something better. They could have something better, they could be bringing food to an older person. They have to deal with these cunts. And they have to write up a report now on this. And that's going to take up more these two guards' time. Because these are not thinking outside the box. These guards are leading it elsewhere. And yous are wasting their time, and these people should be named and shamed, and I'm delighted. I found out, I rang up one of my local county councillors who I know, and I asked them, would they mind, making a phone call and find out, what's the story with these two, and they said no bother, and so they said they're going to be home for 3 days, they're not going to get anywhere, and they're not going to get offered, and Cavan County Council have said too, that nobody would get offered in Cavan. Nobody, and thankfully, I started this big huge argument about it. And I said, we shouldn't let anybody offer it. We're in an emergency now. We have to come down extremely hard. They're making an example out of these two fools that we have arrested in the barracks, and they're not going to be there for the next 3 days. We're going to make an example, and that's what I hope to do. And I'm saying to these young lads who are beside them, taking the war high and mighty, standing up to the guards, coughing in their faces, taking the war high and mighty. You're not high and mighty. You're just selfish pricks. If you had any respect, you wouldn't be out in the first place. And if your parents had any respect, they wouldn't let you out in the first place in the group. And if you had any decency in your life, in your human mind, because you're not human if you're going to do this, if you're going to waste two guards' times to try to do their best to try and help people in that community. And you're wasting our time, the state's time, you're wasting the state's time in making the guards run around after you, more or less, trying to protect Jews from getting this virus. And now, coughing into the guard's face, like, honest to God, no respect for authority. No respect at all. And it's just vice versa. If the guards done that to these two young lads, I'm just saying, put yourself into their shoes. If a guard came up to you and started coughing into your face, I'm sure you wouldn't like it. I'm sure you would report it. And it's vice versa. If I was the guard there, I'm telling you straight, I would hit you a box. Simple as that. And I'm happy now with this emergency legislation that the guards can hold you for 3 days now, without any question. They can hold you if they want to now. They have the authority now to do whatever they want, the guards. And I would hope to beat them up when the guards barracks. I would hope, because we need to make an example. We need to make a so big example out of these two fools that everybody around the world says, that was very harsh. But it will be very harsh, because these people don't listen. And the only way we're going to make people listen is we make an example out of these two people. And we throw them into the cell, and we just leave them in the cell. Simple as that. Because, it's enough to cough, and as I spoke earlier on, 2 older people were coughed on by some man, and then there's a nurse coughed on, and them fucking cunts, the one caught, but they will be caught, we will fucking get them, as simple as that, we're gonna fucking get them, because they're just a nuisance to society, and really they're no benefit to Irish society at all. These people are no benefit, and if they're that low, to do that to somebody who's working in the public service, who's trying to do his best in this time, of national crisis, because the guards are very stressed at this time. And they're trying to protect them. That's the only reason why they went up to them in the first place. They're trying to protect them and trying to protect their local community. But obviously they couldn't give a damn, and they could only care about themselves and their popularity and what their friends think, what their girlfriend over there think. Oh, I'm so high and mighty, I coughed into the gal's face. There's people dying in Ireland, but who cares about that? Because I'm gonna get the biggest fame in the school. But I'm gonna say this to you straight. You could get it. You could get it. And as I said, if you do get it, I hope the state just leaves you, abandons you, and just says we have nothing to do with you, we don't even want to know you. Because, you're very selfish. And why should the state, if you get this coronavirus to these two people, why should the state help you out? What have you contributed to the state? You have caused hassle for the state. These two gals have to take their time now writing up a report. You wasted their time, because they have to sit behind a desk and they won't be out in the street, and there'll be two less gals on the street. Now think about that. And why should the health service bend over backwards to help yous? And yous after causing hassle? Why should we? Why should we? Why should we? Simple as that. Why should we help yous too? If yous do get it. I'm just saying, if yous do get it, why should we? What have you contribute? Yous have caused hassle. Now yous have a criminal record for public disturbance. And now you're going to be charged under the Non-Fatal Acts Against a Person Act. And you will be charged. You will be charged, and the fine is nearly €20,000. And I hope to God you will be fined, because I make sure, and I'm sure loads of people make sure, and in Cavan, we have formally said in Cavan, and this is going to be straight, we will prosecute you to the hell and to back. If anybody has any intention of doing it in Cavan, we're not going to let you off with it. We're not going to let you off with it. We're going to prosecute you and prosecute you and prosecute you and prosecute you. And we're going to make an example out of you. And I'm saying this to people, and I'm warning people in Cavan. If you do this, you're nothing more than a token. We're going to make you pay. We are going to make you pay as a local authority, and we're going to make you pay as the state for wasting our time. Because we're trying to save lives. We're not here to petty bomb around half these young people. We're giving advice. We're trying to help older people out. We're not here, to take abuse from people. We're not here. We're trying to save lives. And these younger people should get the picture. We're trying to do our best. We're trying to do our best. We haven't got time to be pilly-pallying around these young people and telling them over and over again, to move on. And then to cough into the gal's face is an insult. I would, if I was in a group and the gal came up to me and said, move along, just move along. We're not going to take it any further, but just move along. We pretend we didn't see you. And that's what they said. And the cough in their face, that's just more or less very insulting, because they were more or less saying just to move on. We're not going to wind up, we'll take your name or anything. And you just caused a bigger issue out of this than you had to. And I'm just going to say this. I don't think anybody who get, like these two people being the gal will sell, for the next 3 days. And it's just them, right? And I pat the gal in the back for it. But, if it goes up to the courts, and this is the thing, this is what really bugs me. When it goes up to the courts, they'll be all pilly-pally around the place, these young people. And they'll be nearly given the medal for what they've done. And the gal will write a huge report up, and the judge won't even look at it. And I've seen these cases. Where the judge just ignores the gals and listens to the young person and say, they're only young people, they don't know anything. Like I usually would say that, young people make mistakes. But my God, this is very serious. I wouldn't, I'm sure people know, I've said it many times, young people shouldn't be, have a criminal record if they do a small thing, and they should be just, get help and, get community guidance and the rest of that. But this is a very big issue. People are dying. This is very serious. This is nearly as far as mugging and rape. This is what I take it as. This is how serious it is. This is on a scale how serious it is. Because you're frightening people. And them two people fighting that nurse and them two older people earlier on, they wouldn't caught. These people wouldn't caught, but we'll get them. We will get them. Of course we will. And I'm sure to God they'll be publicly named and shamed. I hope to God will. And the same with these people. These girls are probably fighting now because they could have it. They could be afraid they could have it. And they could be afraid of spreading it to the colleagues. And you see the problem. It moves, like you might think it's only a joke, and your friends might think it's only a joke. But more people are going to be worried about it. And other girls will be worried. And other girls will have to, watch this now, more or less. And I'm saying to these young people, have a brain, have a bit of a heart, and know what your country asks of you. And your country asks of you, very, very simple, to behave yourself in this national crisis. And to, help as much as you can the local authorities, and not to annoy them. This is pure annoying them, what you're doing. And you might think you're all high and mighty getting loads of views on YouTube and everything like that, and Facebook and whatever, you putting it up on Facebook and the rest of that. But just not. People think you're very, very naive and very stupid. And I wouldn't blame them, because you are very stupid. If you're going to do that, that's more evidence against you. And we can put that in court of law. So you're very stupid. And it's a crime, and as I said, it's an unfair act against the Persons Act. This comes underneath that. And fines of 20,000, even imprisonment in some cases. You could get imprisonment for a month or two. And I'm just saying, we will do whatever we have to. We will do it. And I'm saying, it's going to come in. It's going to come in. And we will put people in prison for this. We will. It might happen in America, and they might not turn a blind eye to it over there. But we're not going to let it. We're simply not. We're not going to take this crack from any young person, or any person who thinks they're smarter than anybody else, and thinks they could cause hassle and get off with it during this time. We're not going to take it. We're going to fight you. We're going to bring you into every court in the county, and every court in Ireland, and we're going to make you pay for it. Simple as that. This is a warning to people. We're going to make you pay. The government of Ireland and the local authorities will make you pay, and will make you pay so dearly that you won't be able to live in this country anymore. Because we will scour your record. Because this is the time of emergency. Emergency actions will have to be taken. Rights will have to be crushed. And it does have to be crushed at the moment in time, because this is the emergency legislation. We're in an emergency. This is not an ordinary day. This is something that's really happening. And that's emergency, and people are dying in this country of. So there has to be emergency legislation. Emergency actions will have to be taken, and harsh punishments will have to be given out. And I wouldn't say it. Usually, if it's like if this is for, like, say last year, I would have said, with the confidence of a guard's face, just give them a few hours of community service. But, now I'm just very serious. Get them into prison, get them into some kind of place where they teach them some manners. The army, preferably. Put them into the army for a month and see how they like it. To be able to scrub floors, and we push them everywhere. These people need to learn. They need to understand. They don't think outside the box. We meet everybody that thinks outside the box. That there isn't something happening in Ireland. And we meet everybody to negotiate and to talk, to understand what's happening. This is very stupid, what people are doing. And I'm saying you will be caught, and you will be fined, and you will have a court appearance. And you will not get off with it. And I'm telling you this as a person, and as somebody in local government, you will not get off with this. And we won't tolerate you. And it's as simple as that. And we scour your record. We will scour it. We will put every crime we can on you. Like there's two, we could put you in the Criminal Offence Act and the Public Order Act. We could get that on top of you too if we wanted to. So you could have two offences and no employer would ever take you on. Simple as.